So we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 1:30. We have Wes Dixon on presenting for Keywest Technologies. They are a cafeteria signage contract holder with us. And I just have the contract number. Our contract number is 1037. So you are all muted. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat and then I will make sure that we get that answered for you. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Wes.
Thanks, Tori. Hello, everyone. Glad you could join us. My name is Wes Dixon. I'm VP of Sales for Keywest Technology. We, as Tori said, we are your cafeteria contract holder, but we also, well, obviously menus is not the only thing that we do. The broad umbrella of digital signage we have been doing now for 22 years. Keywest Technology is headquartered in Kansas City, and the name might fool you, but Keywest is our spiritual headquarters, just so you know. I was a big Jimmy Buffett fan, still am, of his music. Fins down, I guess, on that. But my name is Wes. My business partner's name starts with K. K West, Jimmy Buffett fan. How could it not be Keywest Technology? And you add that, our goal is to make digital signage as easy as possible for y'all, so that we keep the structure of the system simple. The software is easy to use. It's very inexpensive, and it's easy to teach, learn, and use. So we'll go over a few of those things here just to give you an introduction to what we do for digital signage. First of all, Breeze is the name of our product, and we think it is a breeze to operate. The structure of Breeze is remote hosted server with browser access. And what does that mean? I'm sure most of you know, but it means you don't have to buy a server and put it on your site. It means the server is in the cloud. It also means you don't have to install any software on anybody's computer that's creating playlists for your digital signs. All of the updates, because it's cloud-based, come down from the cloud and get automatically populated so that you don't have to worry about that. We do have a media player that is attached to pretty much a one-to-one relationship with the displays, and that can be wired or wireless. And when you create the media playlists, all the media can be scheduled so that you can schedule out as far as you like into the future. Primarily, the software is drag and drop, so it makes it very simple to operate. There are some, and I tend to get into the weeds a little bit more than I should, especially when I'm limited to now 16 minutes to go. So if anybody is interested, please give me a call or send me an email after this, and I'll be happy to get together with you individually. I start out with our website because there's a couple of things that I want to visit. We think we are different in that we, as I said, the three things that differentiate us are the ease of use, our price, and our support. We call our support Total Care for a reason. It's because once you buy the player, it's a subscription based, so that you pay one fee every year. Think of it as about $1 a day per player, and it's a one-to-one relationship. So if you have one player, you have one subscription. If you have 3 players, you have 3 subscriptions. Very, very simple. But there's no master licensing fee. There's not a minimum number of licenses that you have to buy. There's no limit on the number of users that you can create so that people can make your playlists and get the media notifications out. You can give different people different permission levels so that you can control what they're in control of, and so that other people can't get at their work and they can't get at other people's work. On this page that you're looking at, automatic software updates, we started the software license when you buy the player is included, installed, and already registered to your cloud server. And most important is that player is a buy it once model. You buy the player once, and if it ever fails, we replace it. No other fees involved. There's no server fees, no data fees, no software maintenance fees. That's all included in that one subscription of $1 a day. So it makes it very, very simple that way, and carefree. Technical support is also, we won awards for our technical support. There are 6 ways of getting a hold of us. There's a help desk ticket that you can start 24/7, phone, chat, email, maybe 4 or 5 ways. I forget. Telephone. So 5 ways of getting a hold of us. Our regular hours are 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Central Time, but there's generally somebody here before and after. Best way to reach us, really, to start the conversation is with that help desk ticket, because that way you'll write down what the issue is and we can be ready to address that the moment that we contact you. So again, trying to make it as easy as possible for all of you guys. Let me see, what do I want to bring up here? I'll bring up my for lack of a better word, my sales deck. Keywest has 3 products that we sell. The first and the biggest one is Breeze. That's our digital signage engine. Within digital signage, within Breeze, we can also have digital door cards for individual meeting rooms. Okay. A lot of K through 12 folks are starting to add smaller signs for multifunction rooms that you schedule using EMS or 25 Live or one of those other facilities management tools. And that's all included in Breeze as well. That's just a widget that you drag into a zone. And we'll get to that in about 2 minutes. And the third project is a product came out of a wayfinding project that we started. It's basically you shoot a QR code and your map comes up on your cell phone. Pretty simple. There is some advanced cost for that, but it is pretty much invisible tech after it's done. We're a small team. We have 12 people. We've been in the business over 25 years, and unlimited support means just that. If you're looking for a solution that's not quite part, if you're looking for displays and mounts and ways to distribute the signal, if you want to do multiple displays out of one player, we can help you design that as well. We are also a preferred partner of AVI Systems, which is also your preferred integrator, I believe, in your contract there. So we work with them all the time. So if you want to work through them, just tell them you're interested in digital signage and they contact us, and we will be happy to work with them as well. We have a lot of players. That's actually out of date. We just crossed the 4,000 mark for players worldwide. We have 750 clients now, and the 25 years is this year. So that's current anyway. Digital signage works. It's really one of the most efficient ways to get your message out, regardless of who your audience is, whether it's in the front lobby, whether it's menus in the cafeteria, if it's outside the theater, maybe the shows that are going on or sports events. We can even power those LEDs that everybody likes to put out by the streets now. Some features about Andros, which is our Wayfinder and Breeze and digital door cards, which I've kind of covered a little bit here. And here's some practical uses of this. This is a door card, obviously LEDs outside, and these are all real life samples. And this is a video wall in an entertainment center in Omaha, Nebraska. Remote cloud hosted. This is so I don't forget. Drag and drop editor. We have about 50 or 60 templates that you can start with and use. There's no cost for that. All the training you could think of is online and available at any time. Every single page of our website has 4 buttons at the bottom of it. Oh, wrong button. There we go. One is Breeze training, and anybody can take that. It takes about an hour. So if you're considering digital signage at all and you're just looking around to see how easy the software is, take a look at the Breeze training, and there's your help desk portal for the client portal and the help desk as well, knowledge base, over 200 articles, FAQs, and questions in the FAQ. And let's see, I'm running, yeah, okay, running on time here. So drag and drop from Explorer up into the server, and then drag and drop from the server into the zones that you create on the canvas on the screen. And again, user permissions and access restrictions if you want people to have limited access to what they have to their playlist. You can control it so that they only have access to their content and their playlist and their player. So been through this already. We have a lot of features that I haven't covered. Here's the Breeze architecture. This is you working and you're at your desk through a browser. We like Chrome, Edge, Firefox. Admin also has control on the network. And then the Breeze server resides out here at a company called DigitalOcean in the cloud, which communicates with the player behind the display. This connection is HDMI. So it's very easy, very cost effective. You can acquire pretty much any display you need. We're very agnostic when it comes to that. So here's what our players look like. There's an Android version, there's a Windows version. They cost anywhere from $395 to $1,895. It depends. The software works on all of them. It just depends on the size of the canvas, the resolution of the media that you want to display. So a big video wall would probably benefit from a bigger, faster, stronger computer, which would be the 1895. But this is our most popular one right here, and it's right in the middle of that range at $995. Keep in mind you only have to buy it once. Sine wave goes on appliances on the wall. And we also have a product that does a 2x2 video wall, which can also be 1x4, 4x1, any combination of 4 outputs. Andros, I don't think we have time to go through this. Essentially what it is we create pathways through your facility and people can call them up on their smartphones. We did some preliminary work now for the Kansas City Zoo to get people around the 200 acres that they have. Again, same kind of structure, except here's your display down here is your smartphone. Sine wave outside a door tells you who's got the room, how long, and what for. And it hooks into pretty much any scheduling program that you can imagine. You add easy to use and cost effective and terrific support. And I think that we are a compelling option for your digital signage if you're looking around for that. So we like to make it as easy as a day at the beach. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. And then I've got 5 minutes left. And if I can find it, where is my editor? There it is. Okay. When you log in, every user gets a username and password. Of course, it can be tied into Active Directory or any other SSO, single sign-on that you might have. You'll drag and drop media from Explorer into the content panel here, and then you can move it around just like it was in Windows or a Mac. This is where you spend most of your time. This is your navigation panel here, your contextual, in this case, in the editor, it's content. In the scheduler and in the players, it would be a tree of your schedules and a tree of your players in your system. This is a nice big work area. It's also the preview. So if I push the preview button after I've created all of this, then it will show you what you see is what you get. This is what's going to show on your displays. Okay. So, and then the timeline down here below. And we've also got another display. If you're scheduling media, it's sometimes best to have a list so we can view it that way. And it's basically just a drag and drop from the content panel into the zones on the screen. So very, very simple to create a new piece of media, a new playlist. When you push new, oops, that wasn't new. That was open. This is new here. You get a lot of choices on templates to use. Now, these are all adjustable. You can add, subtract, multiply, divide zones. So you double click and here's a portrait zone, landscape zone, crawl zone, and you drag media into these. And when you're done, then it might look something like this. Although this is a little fancier. This is my demo playlist. And as you can see, it's got a lot more zones down here. But it'll also allow you to have information and media come and go, weather, RSS feeds, web pages, spreadsheets, text, videos, stills, animations, and that sort of thing. And then you will publish that playlist to your player by coming down here, pick a player, click on it, and push the publish button, and it will send that playlist to that player. Very, very simple. The Breeze training online is required. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and spend an hour and look around and see what you think of us. If you'd like, we can spin up a demo server and help you get started with the software. And so you can play with it for 30 days as well. And that's 18 minutes, and I'm open for questions. Sorry, did I say it was $1 a day? I did. Okay, basically that's what it is.
I have just a quick question. When you were picking the player that you wanted, is there an option to pick all the players?
Absolutely. You can pick one or a group or all players.
Okay.
We also have a way, speaking of all players, we do have an override playlist, which could be an emergency playlist if you like, and that will override all of your screens.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Is there any questions from anyone on the call? If you have any questions, if you type them in the chat, we'll make sure to get those answered. And just to remind you, this is contract number 1037. It is available on our website. Wes's contact information is also on that contract. So
Call me.
Yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to Wes or myself, or if you're having a hard time finding the contract, you would like me to send it to you, I am happy to do that as well. All right, Wes. Well, I think it looks like we're all set. I appreciate your time today and the presentation.
I tend to talk a little fast and get a little deep into the weeds. So if anybody wants to slow down, just call me. We'll do it again.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Wes. Have a great day. Thank you guys for taking the time today to present to our members. I want to let everyone know that this is LINQ. We have a POS contract with them, and it is contract number 1038. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Dee and Michael.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And we're excited to be here and take the next 20 minutes to give just kind of a brief overview of who LINQ is, the solution that we provide for nutrition. We have a couple of valued customers lined up to, share some of their favorite parts of the LINQ nutrition solution. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. A little bit about LINQ. We are 100% focused in K-12. So truly our bread and butter as far as, kind of who we work with within the industry. We work with about a third of school districts across the country. And, a number that I feel really proud about is helped to serve over 17 million students last year. And growing. Our LINQ solutions expand beyond nutrition, but that is where we will focus today. So my name is Dee White. I am the Regional Director of Sales. Michael, if you'll go to the next slide. Sorry. I have Michael Piekarski presenting with me today. He's one of our solution consultants. And then, as I mentioned, 3 valued customers. We have Alexis Weber from Austintown School District in Ohio, Shannon Kelly at Tri-County School Corporation in Indiana, and then Wanda Ladd at Humphreys County from Tennessee. And they all have something a little bit different and unique to speak about as it pertains to our solution. So, I think what brings us here today, and oftentimes what, allows us to engage with districts like yours are some of the biggest challenge, for looking for a way to help to solve for some of the most present challenges that school nutrition programs face. And, what we have on screen here are some of the biggest ones that have been present, some that have, maybe curbed and come back, but, program costs, labor shortages, food waste, and unpaid meal debts probably being some of the largest of those. And what we hope to showcase today is some ways in which our solution really helps to curb some of that. Many districts today, a lot of districts that we've helped to onboard, they've come from something that looks a little bit like this, right? Where you're using multiple systems, multiple logins, maybe lack some integration. And so, really lacking efficiency, as well as, real-time data, allowing you to make, great data-driven decisions for your program. We've partnered with HPS, as Tori mentioned, and we're on the contract. So HPS put out a competitive bid. So well vetted. I know there were several committees that kind of voted on awarding LINQ Nutrition as an awarded provider. So proud of that. We have I think upwards of 100 plus customer districts that are HPS members already today. As part of the contract, of course, it helps with procurement. So a contracting vehicle, as well as that group discounted pricing. A big reason why you're part of the HPS group is to get that group purchase price. Our contract does include, like Tori mentioned, our front of house software, so your point of sale, student eligibility management, and our online parent portal, as well as our digital web and menu suite and digital menu displays, which Michael will give you a brief preview here shortly. The LINQ Nutrition full platform does provide a full front and back of house solution. Some of the things that really differentiate ourselves within the industry, if you will, is a single system, full integration, even between front and back of house, and then real-time data. We are truly 100% web-based, so nothing to install, even at the point of sale, as well as cloud hosted. And so with that, I'm going to kind of hand it over to Michael, and he's going to start a little bit talking about kind of the way that we help to onboard districts and some of the tools that we have available for that.
As Dee said, we're happy to be with you today. Just kind of want to give you a brief overview of our platform. This is not meant to be an in-depth study where we go deep into the weeds, but we really want to talk about how we do bring districts on board. And it's a very structured implementation process where we're going to work with you on your schedule to get you on board. You'll have a consultant that's working with you step by step. You'll have, some information here within our Titan Academy platform. Videos, just go ahead and view, and then, we'll circle back around and actually implement you into the process. Shannon Kelly has went through this process before, so I want to turn it over to her just to speak about her experience with coming on board with Titan. Shannon?
Thanks. So one of the things I just need to clarify right from the get-go is that I'm actually a technology director. I'm not food service. However, I was a part of our implementation that we started last fall. We moved from Meals Plus to the LINQ Titan program. Our implementation specialist did an amazing job of telling us what our agenda was going to be and walking us through what our implementation tasks were. She left us with a very clear understanding after each training what our homework was that we needed to finish prior to the next training. She also made sure that we knew what order we would do the trainings. I'm not going to lie, during that time, I paid attention, but only partial attention because I was a technology director. However, shortly after, right before we did implementation training 4 and 6, my food service director was actually in an accident that limited her ability to be able to continue to work full time and was going to limit her from being able to start school. So suddenly I got tasked about 2 weeks before school started to make sure our implementation was 100% ready to go. So we had already completed all our training, but I was able to reach out to my specialists after completing that training to verify what we probably still needed to complete to be ready to start school. So she was extremely helpful to make sure that I knew what I needed to make sure was done. But also in that, because I didn't do much of the Titan Academy training, my food service director was handling that. I had to all of a sudden dig into Titan Academy and learn all about Titan. And it was very friendly for the user. I was able to find 5 training modules that I was able to use and tell my food managers and my cashiers that these are the training modules we're going to use. It was as simple as typing things like verification or POS terminal. And we were able to find these nice little training nuggets that are like 2 to 5 minutes long tops. But it was nice to have that small nugget that really walked me through step by step what I needed to know and learn. And so after that, I was able to train the cashiers who were really nervous. We walked through our training the day before school started, and that next day, all of them were like, hey, that training was great. This was super easy. Our transition went really well. And also the Star School's always a crazy time, but I'm going to give a shout out to the tech support because they were always very good at listening to my questions that I had, and they were able to walk me through and make sure that I really knew what I needed to do to solve my little problem at that time.
Yeah, thanks, Shannon. So, Titan is that online resource for all things Titan or LINQ nutrition related. Wonderful to hear about your experience. But I just want to interject that this is an ongoing process. This is a living, breathing document. So we are always adding to this as well. So as new features come aboard, we add into the Titan Academy, which is going to be rebranded sometime as the LINQ University. So just kind of wanted to add that. Thank you very much. So I'm going to kind of jump into, show you a few features here. Going to kind of start with the parent experience here in our LINQ Connect family portal. And this would be the parent's view into the system. And with that, I want to ask Wanda Ladd to come off of mute and just speak to a little bit to her experience in the family portal and how it has helped her district. Wanda?
We have fallen in love with the LINQ family portal. The parents that I have heard from, we just started it this year, and our online application process tripled. And the parents are very excited that it is so user-friendly, and they love it. So I just got a call the other day from someone who told me that they had turned in an application and they needed to go ahead and get qualified. And I said, I haven't seen your application. I said, go online and go ahead and put it online. And they did. And they have been, they did, we got them taken care of right away. And they called me back and they told me how much they loved it. They're telling the teachers how easy it is. And it is absolutely made my job unbelievably much easier because of less applications that I have to do on the paper application side. And so we are very, very excited to have this portal, and it gets more and more use every day. So our parents are absolutely 100% loving this, and we just hate that we didn't go a little sooner. I mean, we really do like it. It has made it so much easier. And today's parents don't like something that's too complicated or that takes too long. And they can get right in there, make an account. They can check their students' balances. They can check to see what their student is eating. They can put restrictions on what their student eats and can spend on a la carte that day. And they love that. They can put money in for their students and then put it however much to every child they want. And it costs one-time fee. It does not cost for each student like it used to on the portal we had before. And they are loving that too. I had one of the girls tell me that she just handed her phone to her 5-year-old, and her 5-year-old and her signed herself up sign them up so they could get on the portal because her 5-year-old wanted to do it. So she let her do it. So it was so simple that her 5-year-old was able to, through some instruction, I'm sure, from mom, that she was able to get in there and make her own account for her own school lunches. So we really like it.
Great, thanks, Wanda. And so you can see that this can be enabled for staff and for students alike. Add them in there, add funds onto their accounts. Lots of different functions within our family portal platform that can be enabled or disabled to suit a district's needs. Ultimately, this was designed as a one-stop shop for the parents so that they don't have to go into multiple places and make payments for even items such as, technology fees. We do have the ability to manage non-nutrition service items through our platform as well. And this is all included with our front of the house core package. So I just kind of wanted to show you a few items there. Thank you, ladies, for your experience and sharing that with the group. From here, I also have enabled announcements out to the staff members, or excuse me, out to the parents. And these are links that can go out. So if you had any kind of announcements you wanted to push out to the parents in general, you could do that through the parent portal. Here I'm linking over to another one of our products, which is the School Nutrition and Fitness platform. And here I'm linking to Alexis, who's on the phone with us. They are current customers. They are using the School Nutrition and Fitness platform. This is part of the digital menu suite that is part of the core HPS package. And of course, this is a fully ADA and USDA accessible web page for your child nutrition programs. There's kind of a few key features of that. Here in the core features, you get the website and the online menu designers. The online menu designer works with other menu planning software as well. And what it does is it allows you to have a digital menu view of your menus in an online fashion. Additionally, there are digital displays that can be enabled, which would allow you to project to digital monitors within the cafeterias themselves. So just kind of wanted to give you an overview of our School Nutrition and Fitness platform, also known as iSight. And with that, I kind of want to jump into the back of the house here. I got logged out due to inactivity. I apologize for that. I'm going to log right on back in and get to our landing page. And without getting into too much of the weeds here, again, our system does kind of a lot of things. It does, verification. It does direct certification, imports. We have the student management where we can work with multiple student information systems. And we have a really dynamic reporting system within our platform as well. And Alexis, I invite you at this time to come off of mute and maybe speak about your experience with the reporting platform.
Sure. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Good, great. So as a customer of LINQ now for 2.5 years, I'm just echoing what the other two customers had already spoken about. Just some great features, some really solid programming that helps us in our child nutrition world. From a reporting standpoint, I'm a data person. Data is the truth and shows you where you're at. As you can see what Michael's showing on the dashboard, there's all sorts of widgets that tell you data like your sales and how much you've sold and the balances for the day, revenue, how many meals you've sold on the line chart. I have these set up in my district. I love going through them and being able to just get a snapshot of what we did for the day. But from a reporting standpoint, all of this data can be extracted from the system in reports. And I just want to highlight a few key things about reports that are very important to me. First and foremost, there's already built reports or canned reports that Titan has built based on their experience of what the customer needs. And most of them are really great, like a normal claim for reimbursement report. That would be like your CN 6 and 7 for a lot of Ohio districts. It has everything you need broken out by building based on meal program. It's excellent. Tells you meal count plus your expected reimbursement rate that you'll be getting back. It's great in that regard. The other thing that's super important, again, for our district is the customization. a lot of these reports, you can go in and you just have endless amounts of filters on how you can get the report exported, either through an Excel spreadsheet, or if you want a PDF. I know depending on the data, you can go back and forth on most of the reports and pick out how you'd like it exported, how you'd like it displayed. That to me, that's super important, because sometimes when information is asked of our department, we have to kind of go through, and it doesn't take long, but just figure out what's the best display of that information. On another note, I just completed my verification report today in the KER system in the state of Ohio, and the report feature for the collection report for verification through Titan, excellent. It goes line by line. I really almost don't even need to think about it. It shows me exactly what I need to put into the state software. So that part was really great, very easy. Again, from a data standpoint, reports are important to me, as they're important to any child nutrition program. And I think what Titan offers is just really great, both from the customization and also from like the standard reports that are already built in the system.
Great, thanks, Alexis. One other thing I just want to mention is that, as we create these reports for you, we save those as templates. You could then run those from the templates themselves, or group them together, and even schedule them to run on a frequency that you determine, so they can be auto-delivered to you. With the remaining time, I'm just going to jump over to the point of sale, give you a couple highlight features of our POS. It is a web-based, cloud-based system with nothing to install any step of the way, and that includes our point of sale. So this is a browser-based point of sale. And here, what we do is we link to the student information that's in our database, then we download that into the cache of the browser. So we have that information stored locally. And what we're doing is we're constantly calling home. We're pushing out transactions, we're pulling in deposit information. So if we lose our connectivity with the internet, we have that student information cached from the last time we were connected to the internet, storing those transactions in the same place that student data stored, and then it pushes out to the cloud from there. So seamless offline transactions are a key feature of our point of sale. We are what we call ourselves hardware agnostic or hardware universal, meaning that we operate with no proprietary hardware. To run a point of sale terminal, here are your specs. You need a system that can connect to the internet and run the Chrome, Safari, or Edge browser. That's it. And then the third thing is, of course, speed is king at the point of sale, and it operates with super fast transactions. We have several different modes here that we can enter, such as, students entering their PIN number or scanning a badge. We could bring up groups of children, by classroom or by those that have eaten in the last 7 days, or create custom groups. And we could even do what we call buffered service mode, where you have a group of children coming down on one line on one input device and a second line on a separate input device. All these transactions, as they're happening, hit the cloud in real time. There's no meal period to start or stop. There are no days to open or close. So as you ring in a single transaction, we have the ability to auto sell meals to the children. They hit out the cloud. There it is, stored locally, hit the cloud, come back into the system, look at the point of sale on the sales tab. This is that transaction that I just rang in. All these transactions are happening in real time, and you could report out on them in real time as well. So just a really, really brief overview of our point of sale. We can bring in student allergen information, so that information is displayed as well. Happy to go into more detail.
Michael.
But want to be respectful of your time, of course.
Yeah, I know it's a lot to try to fill in 20 minutes. We could go on for longer. And so with that, we want to make sure to be respectful of our time and just offer up. So for anybody that is interested in digging in more, we can certainly set up a one-to-one demo with our sales representatives and a solution consultant like Michael to go through that in more detail. We're excited to partner with HPS and appreciate this opportunity. So thank you, Tori.
Yes, thank you. We do have a question in here from Cameron. They are asking, can you pull up entire class at one time?
Yeah, absolutely. You could do that with the photo mode. It'll bring up a group of students or an entire class. Really good for those, children that come down by classroom. Then with eat and repeat, you just hit their face and it could serve them a reimbursable meal if you chose to, configure your software that way. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you To everyone who has joined us, I want to say thank you, Dee, Michael, Alexis, Shannon, and Wanda. I will do a shout out to Wanda. She is on one of our committees that helped award this contract. So I wanted to give a little special shout out to her. Like I said, it is contract number 1038. It's on the HPS website. If you have questions on it, or for some reason you're not able to access it on our website, please reach out to me. I'll happy to get that information and put you into contact with Dee or any of the other wonderful people at LINQ. So thank you all so much. We have recorded this webinar, so it will be available on our website.